Hello everyone. In this video tutorial, I will be taking care of a new sensor that is AD7999. And to get more knowledge about this sensor, let's have a look over the website that is controleverything.com. And here we have to search for this sensor. And as you can see, this is our sensor. It's a 4-channel 8, 12 or 10-bit analog to digital converter. And these are some of its more prominent features which you are able to see on my screen. And as a plus point, you can also purchase this sensor from here, right from here. Now I will be interfacing the sensor AD7999 using a Raspberry Pi and a Java code, and to get that Java code I will be going to resource tab, and here comes the Java code sample. Now you can download the Java code sample as a zip file from here, and also you can have the code from github.com, and the repository there is Control Everything Community. Now let's have a look over the hardware connections we need to put up together, and let's have it. Well, in the hardware setup for the connections, what do we require is this Raspberry Pi, which you are able to see on my screen, and these are the GPIO pins of the Raspberry Pi. Next, we require an I2C Shield, which you can see, and it's available on the website controleverything.com. The real reason we are using this shield is to make easier connections with other I2C devices. So for that, gently place the I2C shield over the GPIO pins of the Raspberry Pi and make a connection. Next, we need to power up our Raspberry Pi, and for that we require a micro USB cable just like that, and gently insert it over here, the power jack. And for the internet connection, there are two options. First of all, this here is an Ethernet cable or a LAN cable. Now gently insert it over this Ethernet jack, and you are done with the connections part. Now for the other internet connection, we can also have a adapter, a wireless nano USB adapter just like that, and you can have on the USB port. Now we require our sensor that is analog to digital converter AD7999, and this here is a connecting cable. Now make a connection among the sensor and the cable, and make sure that the brown wire of the cable should be connected to the ground terminal of the sensor, and same goes for the I2C shield. So we are done with all the connections we need for this setup. Now let's have a look over the code and let's interface. Well, for the interfacing section, first of all we need to log into github.com, and here the search is for the repository that is Control Everything Community. After that, we have to type in for the sensor AD7999, and here it comes, and this here is the Java code. But before that, let's have a look over the instructions. As you can notice on my screen, first of all we have to download and install Pi4J library on the Raspberry Pi, and the steps to install this library is provided on this link, pi4j.com. As you can see, installation commands, everything is there. You just need to calm down and install it carefully. And this here is the command to compile, and this here is to run the Java code. Note it down and do it carefully. And after that, let's get back to the code. It's a .java extension file, and the code, as you can see, we have imported some of the libraries, and we have created a class name, public class name AD7999. Then we have a bus.get device, which will check that the address of the device is 0x29 or not. Then in the writing section part, we are going to send configuration command, and we are going to select channel 1 filter enabled, that is 0x10. The writing command is here. After that, we are going to read 2 bytes of data, which is the raw ADC MSB along with the LSB. Then we are going to convert the data, which is according to the data sheet of AD7999, the guidelines provided there. At the very end of our code, we have the output data to be displayed onto the screen, which is the digital value of analog input, and let me tell you, it's the raw value. So this is how the code looks like. Now what do we require is to how it will work. So let's have it. Well, now let's have a look over the practicality of this code and the sensor, and for that, first of all, the step is to copy this entire code of the Java, and then we have to open up the terminal of the Raspberry Pi using an internet connection, and here we have to name the file, that is AD7999.java, that is the extension, and here we have to paste the entire code we have just copied, and then the step is to save it. And after that, this is the command, as you can see on my screen. This is for the compilation, and the code is being compiled. The code has been compiled successfully. Now to run the code, this is the command, and let's see what we got here. We have the digital value of analog input. It's 0, exactly 0, which means there is nothing connected onto the terminal, that is the channel 1 terminal and the ground terminal. But instead, when I try to connect with a AA battery of 1.5 volt, and when I run the command, we can have the values. As you can see, we have the digital value of analog input. It's among the sensor channel 1 and the ground terminal, and it's almost constant as I run the command again and again, which means the sensor is working with respect to channel 1 and channel ground. So this is how the channel response it works. Now the next step is to have a look over the features, benefits, along with some of the most useful applications of the sensor AD7999. AD7999 is a 4-channel 8, 10, 12-bit analog to digital converter. As you can see, it's a low power successive approximation ADC with an I2C compatible interface. Each part operates from a single 2.7 volt to 5.5 volt power supply and features a 1 microsecond conversion time. Due to these features, it is applicable in a lot of applications like system monitoring, battery powered systems, data acquisition, and medical instruments. Well, you can have this sensor and you can purchase it from controleverything.com, and you can get the code from resource tab. From this site, you can download the code as zip file. Also, you can get the code from github.com, and the repository there is Control Everything Community. In the end, I would like to make it clear that if you have any doubt regarding any part of this sensor or video, you can have your queries on controleverything.com, and you can post your comments on the community page on this website. For articles and blogs, you can have a look over on instructables.com, and to subscribe more video tutorials like this, you can have a look over our YouTube channel. In the end, I hope you enjoyed this video and had a good one yourself. Thanks a lot for watching.